Well, we're talking more about Victim Support Week here on the Isle of Man and how there's a conference going on. I'm joined by Peter and Angela now in Onken. We're going to talk about the death of your son in just a moment. But first of all, I thought we'd play this. This is how it's reported on Granada Reports.
An investigation is underway after a student from the Isle of Man died after he was hit by a police car. It happened as 19-year-old Jamie Hazlitt was walking in Sheffield city centre early this morning. The car was responding to a request by an ambulance crew for assistance with another incident. The Independent Police Complaints Commission is investigating. Friends have been speaking of their shock.
I was just leaving work and my brother texted me and I looked at it and I thought, oh my God, what's happened here? And when I found out that he died, like I thought it's such a tragedy because he was my best mate in school and then he went off to uni and stuff, and that's the last thing you expect to happen to one of your best mates. It's horrible.
Tell me a bit about him.
He was a great lad in school. He was full of energy all the time, and he was there on time and stuff. And we were in the football team together, played rugby together. He did athletics. He was really good at that, and he'd be sadly missed.
So, shock, no doubt, from his other friends from St Ninians High School?
Yeah. There's been loads of tributes made of that on Facebook. Thousands of people have been leaving a message on his Facebook, which is nice, and hopefully for support for his family and his brothers and sisters as well, and his nana and his granddad, and just a very bad, sad loss.
And you said he's a very sporty guy.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he did every sport he could do. Every sport: football, rugby, hockey, athletics. What else we did? We did badminton as well, and loads of field events as well in athletics. So he was just a general, all-round good athlete.
So that sort of news, obviously very tragic for anyone to hear about. And, well, I mean, really the point today is how did victim support help you after the event?
I think what happened, we went after Jimmy died, the day that he died, we went across to Sheffield. And it's obviously a very difficult time. And one of the things that struck us was that there must be other people, in the same boat as us. It must have happened. We were fortunate enough to have money to be able to go straight away. And we thought, how can we help somebody else? So we got in touch I got in touch with Paula, and whatever money came through, sort of Jamie's death, and just death of flowers, that was donated to victim support, and it sort of grew from that, where we attempted to raise other money. And during the course of that, Paula's support has been, phenomenal, really. From arranging bits and pieces for us at Bradford Court, she's always there when we need her.
She's been up to the house a couple of times, and basically she'll just sit and listen to us and give advice. She's never sort of sugarcoated things for us. So what I found has been helpful is that she said things which at the time you think, oh, that's a bit harsh, but in reality she's been right. She sort of said to us about when we went to court in Bradford, how it would be, kind of thing, how difficult, and you can't imagine just how difficult it actually was. And again, Paula had, I think, prepared us for that. I mean, as much as she came up a couple of days before they went with a bag, and in the bag there was some mints, some pound coins, a Costa Coffee gift card, a Marks and Spencer's, and a notebook and pen. And that notebook and pen I had with me every single day in court, and I wrote, because I'd thought about taking notes myself, but it went from my mind. And when I saw this notebook, I said, can I actually put it? Yeah. And I took notes every single day in court, and that, it's been so beneficial. It was just the small things like that, but also just listening to us. She's come up and she's sort of sat for a couple of hours and basically just,
No, she's been absolutely brilliant. Well, everybody at Victim Support has been, really supportive. Nobody makes judgments; they just listen and try and advise
as they can.
As they can. So It's been a long journey, and as I say, you know, victim support have been absolutely brilliant for us.
So they didn't sugarcoat it for you, and therefore they must give you the option that the police officer was going to be possibly found not guilty, which was the case. Did that therefore also help you to get you prepared for that sort of?
Yeah, I mean, Paula just said that when you're in court, it's a pendulum. You know, she says one day you can feel something's gone really, really well, and the next day you go to the opposite and you can think something, and that is precisely what happened. You know, it did from sort of, I think the Wednesday was potentially the worst day, and we all literally just, I you know, just felt we hit rock bottom, because there was, the prosecution had wanted the case to be dismissed on lack of evidence, and we spent the night not knowing whether, and it was just, you know, it helped at the back of my mind to know that this is actually what we were told, you know, to just be prepared, you know, that it wasn't going to be easy. I think she was right. And yeah, and you know, I'm very supportive of that. You know, Peter's picked up the phone to Paul, I don't know how many times, and she'll just, you know, she'll just talk, and if she can't, she'll phone back or she'll come up to the house, and you know, and like you say, been in touch with Bradford and sorting out for us when we got there to use their, you know, their rooms to sort of just, you know, maybe sit and have a tea and a coffee and just, you know, yeah.
Because obviously the court case finished. Does that then end your connection with victim support, or has it carried on?
It carries on, because, you know, there's a football tournament run in Jamie's name, and a band night run in Jamie's name, in support of victim support. And it's raised, you know, considerable amounts of money. So we'd obviously want that to continue. And hopefully it will do, it seems.
Well, as a family now, we would like to repay, you know, the support that we've had, you know, by, as I say, I mean, a lot of the things that have raised money, we've been involved, but we haven't run them, you know, it's been other people like Marks and Spencer's, where Jamie worked before. Next weekend in the parish walk, Daryl's, our eldest son, his girlfriend's sister is walking the parish, and she never met Jamie, but sort of just, you know, it's just given her the incentive to do it, to see, you know, the support that we've received, and so far she's raised over £1,000, you know, and that, it's things like that, they're just amazing, because I think it's helped raise the profile of victim support on the island to a degree as well, because I mean, I dare say we'd heard about it, but never really
knew anything about it.
You know, what they did, and I wouldn't have, I mean, I don't see us as victims. You know, to us, Jamie was the victim, but it supports families as well, and that's, you know, and if the money that's raised through this can help other families, you know, in similar situations that perhaps couldn't afford to just get on a plane and go, you know, wherever they need to, you know, they're not, it's important, you know, and I think it's become an important part of our lives now as well, and definitely will be something that we'll continue with.